Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey here, once again with another video on The Flash Season 3. So as you would have heard me say the other day if you watched my video on Killer Frost reappearing in Season 3 of The Flash, you would know that some details revolving Savitar got leaked, or sort of leaked, after Kevin Smith posted the script cover for Episode 7 on Twitter. Now some people were able to twist settings around and basically make the page see-through. Anyway, before we go ahead, there will be minor spoilers, like nothing too big, but some spoilers that may, that some people may get annoyed by. So if you don't want to know any of these, then do not continue watching the video. Anyway, so if you're still here, awesome to have you along for the ride. So here is the picture that Kevin Smith sent out over Twitter, with a pen covering the episode title. Unfortunately, you can even make out some words here, but when you do this, it makes everything even more clearer. So we're going to go through this from top to bottom. We aren't going to theorize apart from one thing, which is the second thing we are going to go over from the script. Before we get into it though, if you want to leave a like on the video, it'd be very much appreciated. Once we go over all of this stuff, make sure to leave in the comment section below what you think of all of it, and subscribe if you are new. So the first thing to go over is right at the top of the script, and that is the title of the episode, Killer Frost. So if you didn't know, episode 7 of The Flash Season 3 will be called Killer Frost. And from what I have read, the description of the episode involves Caitlin spiraling out of control. And in the previous episode, episode 6, she is struggling with something as well. So Caitlin will have a story basically over 2 episodes that possibly lead to her becoming Killer Frost. Another important thing to bring up regarding Caitlin is this photo posted by Candace Patton on Twitter and Instagram, and I think even Snapchat as well, with Team Flash and the director of this episode, Kevin Smith. But hang on, someone's missing. Who could it be? Obviously it's Caitlin. So take this picture for what it is worth. Maybe the actress Danielle Panabaker was having lunch and just couldn't make it for the photo, but I think there's another reason for that. I think she's in some Killer Frost makeup. Next up we see the word lake. Now you might be thinking to yourself, and it's just the word lake, Pagey. But personally I think this lake is where Dr. Alchemy is working from, where he in turn is also working for Savitar. As you can see here, we have Barry in the same place we saw that hooded figure in one of the trailers. A lot of people have been saying this is Savitar. However, I think it's Dr. Alchemy, as I actually said in the trailer breakdown for that trailer, as he is hooded, and we have seen Dr. Alchemy with a hood previously. As well as the fact that we have this stone prism thing here, with a slot near the top for the Philosopher's Stone that Dr. Alchemy uses and can use on people as well. We have seen Team Flash near a lake with one of those like hydro things, what's it called? I'm just going to call it a hydro thing, which is where I believe Dr. Alchemy and the cult of Savitar are situated. The next thing I want to point out is the word transferred. Now it might just seem very simple, but in the comics Savitar could transfer speed in and out of his system, so he could lend speed to people, but also take speed from other people and objects. So by the looks of it, he will be doing the same thing on the TV show as well, which should be awesome. And it might make sense as to why they're in that hydro thing, because that produces electricity as well, so maybe that's where he might get some speed from. Next is the 2 words armored speedster. Now just before it, I believe is the word monstrous, and is then followed by known as Savitar. So that all put together would read monstrous armored speedster known as Savitar. I will leave the script linked in the description below if any of you want to have a closer look and try and decipher any words of your own. So that is a pretty damn cool description. Monstrous armored speedster known as Savitar. Like, he sounds threatening already. And just after that we have the word electricity, but before it looks to be the word white. So together we have white electricity. So it looks like we are getting a speedster with different coloured lightning, and possibly his speed comes from a different, more powerful source. So Savitar just sounds like, a god, really, if you think about it. So this is pretty sick. We get our first real description of Savitar, and seeing that he is being described in this script, is this possibly his first appearance of the season in episode 7? Usually the big bads for all these shows usually make their grand entrance, if you want to call it that, in episode 6 of each season. So we might initially meet Savitar in episode 6, but experience his power in episode 7 and see how deadly and threatening he actually is. And that's not the last thing, we still have one more very interesting thing to go over, and that is here where we see the word acolyte. Now, an acolyte is basically like an assistant to a priest in a church. You know, they'd just be standing next to the priest and help them with anything they need to do throughout a service. So it will be interesting to find out if the acolytes are like those people we saw standing around who I think is Dr. Alchemy near that prism thing, or if they are another group of people and these are like the followers or worshippers of the cult, or if the show is going to make them basically the same thing and they're just calling them acolytes. But I feel this is the way we will slowly get introduced to Savitar through these acolytes. They might be doing work for the cult, if you know what I mean, in Central City and, you know, causing a fuss. It does seem that we will have a scene between Joe, Barry as the Flash and an acolyte or two. It will be interesting to see what they look like, whether they are those people in the cloaks, and also what they look like under the hoods. Like, are they going to look like normal people that would walk the streets? Or they're going to look sort of weird and maybe have like tattoos all over their head or something weird like that. But thanks for watching, guys. As I said before, I will leave the link to the script in the description below if you want to go check it out yourself. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like, it'll be very much appreciated. Leave any comments in the comment section below. What do you think of all of this? I know it's a lot of information to process, but as I said, you can check out the script yourself, or you can just watch the video again and just break it down yourself. But yeah, make sure to leave a comment with what you're thinking and what you're looking forward to the most. And if you're new around here, make sure to subscribe. I'll catch you later, guys, and goodbye.